Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yes, I know I took my sweet time recording this video. Actually, the last episode is something I recorded a long time ago. At least a couple of months or 3 months, I think it was even before the quarantine started. Unfortunately, I couldn't have any time to edit it. It was a mess back then, and it still is. I have a little bit. I don't have as much time as I want. But yes, I finally got time to record. To record finally again the Full Metal Alchemist. And yes, I still remember what I watched in the last episode, and I actually went back and rewatched the episode 38. So yes, it's exciting because now we're getting involved with more alchemists, and the government is now just showing their true colors, and we know more about the background for the villains, or the background for all the political stuff that is going on in this country. Uh, Again, it's a very interesting series, but the last episode I find it intriguing because of the ending. I don't know if Scar and the Elric brothers are working together right now and they just pretend that Winry has been kidnapped, or there is something else there. Because yes, their goals are similar now. They do not like the government of this country, Scar and the Elric brothers, and they need information about an alternative way of using alchemy so they can defeat Father. There is still, at least for me, a lot of mysteries behind Father. Of course there are, and I am intrigued to know more about them, to more about him, sorry, and about the homunculi. So there are a lot of stuff that is going on in this series that I'm really eager to see what is going to be developing in the near future. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to spread um, this episode a little bit more. I will be start working on the editing of the last video. Yes, that is still there. I am not edited that video. I'm going to still I'm going to try to work on that so I could deliver a little bit more and I could return to a more normal schedule that I could have. What else? Oh yes, I think that's it. I'm really starting to ramble in way too much, and I'm way too eager to see what is going to happen in this episode. What is going to happen with what I assume is a plan between them, or perhaps I'm wrong. And actually, Scar is saying, "No, no, screw you guys," and I'm going to do whatever I need to do to be successful or whatever. But yes, I am not going to figure out that right now just by trying to think ahead. So let's cut all this chit chat. And obviously, let me just remind you that please, if you enjoy the content of the channel, consider a subscription and leave obviously a comment so I know what you think about the reaction, about the commentary that I'm going to do in the future, or the video in general, and give me a thumbs up. Remember, we don't know what is going to happen with YouTube, if they enjoy more commentaries, or if they enjoy the likings, or if they enjoy something or another. So let's make sure that we cover all our bases. Anyway, yes, I'm going to start to ramble even more, so let's cut the presentation and watch the video, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the 39 episode of the series. Again, I love how this series is so capable of creating these characters that are multidimensional, without making them preachy, without making them terrible characters, boring characters, perfect characters. They have their own flaws, but they have their own strengths, and that is the only thing that matters. Let's take for example Winry. Winry during this episode and in the last one was amazing, and I think particularly this one because she knew what she needed to do so they can escape. And I mean not only Scar and May and Dr. Marco, no, everybody. Because obviously Kimberly was going to be suspicious of the Elric brothers. Because okay, how the hell did the Scar escape without forcing your hand and without hurting you? And this is amazing, because again, a lot of series treat their secondary characters, because obviously Winry I don't think is a main character, I think is a secondary character. They don't make them useless. Only the heroes, obviously Ed and Al, are the only ones who can come up with good ideas and the only ones who can save the day. Perhaps in the end, yes, they will. But the rest of the characters, the support cast, is actually given their moments to shine. And again, we saw that in this episode. We saw how Winry was just trying to help them, and with a plan that, yes, it could put her at risk, but in the end, the risk was worth it. And this is what I found fascinating. They are strong characters, but they are not constantly strong. And it's not just out of the blue that they are pretty strong. We have been building up towards this moment from episode 1, from the moment that we saw Winry. Yes, she wasn't always this strong character, or at least not as strong, as willing to take what is necessary to, for starters, to fulfill this plan, to make this plan happen, and trying to end the hatred. And this is something that I think Scar as a character understands quite well. Yes, Winry hasn't forgiven Scar, but she is trying to end this ball of hatred that keeps going and going and going and going, just for this sweet release of revenge. This speaks volumes of her character. She is a better person than I think a lot of us. Yes, and I include myself. I don't know what will I do in such circumstance, in the case that I could have this opportunity of revenge, because luckily nothing like this has ever happened to me. But I don't know how will I react, and I'm not going to pretend that, oh yes, I will react just like Winry. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. So yeah, I'm not going to pretend that I am in the higher ground, no. Because I don't know how will I react. I don't know if I will react like Winry. I don't know if I will react the complete opposite and try to fulfill that revenge. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And that speaks volumes of the human nature, obviously. And again, not only from Winry, because yes, I'm focusing a lot on her, which is, yeah, she's an amazing character. But there are little interactions that we saw here. In the end, even Ed, and more Ed, I think, than Al. I think more Ed understood that, yes, you need to forgive Scar, at least for a while. So you know how to defeat Father, how to create perhaps a philosophical stone, or perhaps fix somebody's body, without using thousands upon thousands of human lives. So that's the point here, that we are not speaking that everybody is noble, everybody is willing from the beginning to sacrifice this feeling of revenge for the better good. But they took it step by step. Everybody has a different reaction. And obviously, somebody who is not directly involved into this conflict with Scar has a more calm perspective. That's the way, okay, you want to save this country, or you just want to fulfill your thirst for revenge? And that's the point in which you start to understand how every single one is not a carbon copy of the other. Everybody has their own independent thought. And that is something wonderful about these characters. And now, speaking of perhaps not even secondary characters, perhaps background characters, or extras if you want to call them like that. The two chimeras that we saw that say, okay, we don't care, kill us, because Gimli is going to kill us too, so we don't care. We cannot return to our former body because, yeah, that's impossible for us. But once they start to see that there is hope, they start to change their speech, thanks to Al, obviously. And not only that, I think that they cemented their loyalty, at least for a while, to these people with what Dr. Marco said, that if you continue to work for this government, you're going to put at risk your own family, the people that you hold dear, that you're trying to protect, and perhaps you sacrifice yourself for them, are going to be at risk, because these bastards doesn't care about anybody else but themselves. And perhaps they don't even know that they are going to be used. Perhaps they don't even know that, perhaps the generals truly believe that they are going to be part of this high society and they are going to rule above the rest. And I highly doubt Father is going to share this power. I guess Father only cares about himself. And yes, he doesn't care about the rest. And this is what makes them change their mind. When they start to see that they are not the only ones at risk. Their lives is not something that is the only thing they are going to lose. The lives of the rest of his families, of their families, sorry, are going to be lost too if they continue with this path. Again, they told us a lot of deep topics here, that perhaps your life for you doesn't mean anything because you decide to sacrifice your life for somebody else. But in the moment that sacrifice is no longer hold, that's when you start to change minds. And again, we start to see these different characters, and hell, even the lowest characters that we have in this group, or at least what we consider the lowest characters, with a name, with a kind of personality, not the soldiers that, honestly, for this case, they don't have a personality or a name, at least none that we know of. But even that low character, that traitor, that corrupt part of the government, gave a fantastic idea. This using the mines as a way for them to reach the fort. Unfortunately for our heroes, the fort is no longer in the very capable hands of Major General Armstrong. That's a problem there. And now is full of loyal to the government, to the leader of this country, to King Bradley. And they need to do something else, because they cannot let all the things that they did, all the risks that they took, go to waste. And there comes us. Okay, if I can feel tiredness, if I can feel hungry, if I can feel cold, I am going to be there and I'm going to warn them. The problem here is, my guess, since the time they were called, or well, the time they tried to revive the mother, the body is starting to talk to the soul, to call the soul to their own body. And that's a problem. We don't know, or at least I don't know, what is going to happen, how is this going to be developed, because so far on this anime there is nothing just thrown there just to fill time. There is always something there for us to analyze in the future, to say, okay, this is the base for what I'm going to present in episode 50, let's say. So I am interested to see what is going to happen with this last scene that we saw. It's going to be an interesting next episode. That's, well, all of the episodes have been hell of interesting. So yes, I'm eager to see the next one, but unfortunately I have no time today. Yes, the same announcement as always. If you enjoy the content of the channel, please consider a subscription and turn on notifications. If you enjoy what you saw in this video, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment so I know what you think about my reaction, the episode, or the video in general. Remember, I have a Patreon, and yes, I'm going to put the full uncut reaction of every single one of my series there. What else? Yes, I think that's it. Oh yes, if you want to follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description below. I almost forgot about that one. But anyway, yes, now I genuinely don't have anything else to say, but thank you for your attention, and well, see you on the next one. Bye.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a like, so the algorithm from YouTube will help me out. And check my other videos, share them, and also why not subscribe to my channel and join this community. And as always, I want to thank you for your attention, your likes, and even your dislikes, your comments, which is something I always look forward to read. And yeah, once more, thanks and see you on the next one.